Welcome back, True Seeker. Shout out to James. He caught more evidence of how the NFL is scripted. The Buffalo Bills have advanced to the NFL playoffs this season, 2017-18, for the first time since the 99-2000 season. And that matters because they advanced by beating the Dolphins 22-16. The last time they were in the playoffs, they lost 22-16 on what was known as the Music City Miracle. If you forgot that play, Tennessee Titan at the end of the game, desperation time, did the big lateral play. They threw a forward lateral across the field. And in the NFL, that's a penalty flag. The play's over. The game should have been over. The Titans should have lost. And instead, they didn't call the penalty. They let the forward lateral stand, and they scored a touchdown and won the game, 22-16. That play was a big part of the argument for bringing replay into the NFL, which it now has, which bogs down every game, this replay. The reason replay doesn't ultimately matter is because all the games are scripted. So even if they screw up on a play or get a call wrong, they're still going to get it to the predetermined outcome, which is decided before the game, no matter how it plays itself out. All games in the NFL are scripted. That's why the announcers are always talking about how it couldn't have been scripted any better. But anyway, 22-16, what are the odds that they advance to the playoffs for the first time since this game where they lost 22-16? I mean, just what are the odds of that? You can't say that's a coincidence. That's an awkward score, 22-16. That's not a common score. It is just something else. I'm so glad this person caught that. Also, this year, Wild Card Round. The two Wild Card away teams are the Bills and the Titans. The same team from the Music City Miracle. What are the odds? Not only is the tribute there, but these two teams in a similar position in the playoffs. So it's all scripted. It's undeniable. You pay attention. There's so much out there to connect. I'm one set of eyes. I'm one set of ears. I got one mouth, two hands. I can only do so much work. And I wouldn't have caught this if it wasn't for James. And there's a lot of things that people catch and they send to me that I present. I do most of my work myself, but I'm always thankful when people catch things and share them. This is what it's all about right here. And if you don't follow my blog, again, there's a lot of people who are commenting, who are bringing great contributions. And I don't have time to look at all that either. If I was reading all the comments left, I would, I wouldn't get anything done. and this is just a tangential thought. This isn't connected to the video. But if you're watching my videos out there and you're like going through all of my old blog posts and making them so busy with hits, can you get in touch with me and let me know why you're doing this and how you're doing this? I find it very interesting that these old blog posts, well, if you guys don't know, this is my blog right here. Popular posts, it refreshes every week. So the most popular posts that get read in the last week, they move to the top of this search. This is just automated, and I've noticed for like a few weeks now, really old blog posts are getting pulled up. Like even this one right here, this is from last Christmas Eve. I came home and documented that the threat made towards me for Christmas Eve came true because somebody destroyed my house, crashing through the corner. And it was late at night, but from inside, it doesn't look as bad from outside. The whole corner of the house was taken off. This happened while I was away. I was down in Portland. I live up by Seattle. I drove down to Portland to see my family. By the time I got down there, didn't even get to have dinner. Got a phone call that somebody had taken off the corner of my house. Had to drive straight back. I spent Christmas Eve driving, 2.5, 3 hours one way, then 2.5, 3 hours right back. And I'd been threatened for that night as people knew. It was people who tipped me off that somebody else had threatened me online. Seems like every time I mention their name, I get another channel shut down. I know that person has a whole shill network that works for them, so they know who they are. But anyway, the person who's digging up all these posts, let me know why and how are you doing it. It's keeping it so that the actual new stuff's not in my feed, which isn't the end of the world, but I find it interesting. And Just a reminder, for doing this work, for putting out this knowledge, you know, I get real threats. I've been having to deal with real threats since the time I was 31 years old. I'm 34 now. Got another threat. I've been told I'm going to be killed on February 18th of this year. Had that one for a while now. February 18th getting closer. But these are the same people who told me I wouldn't live past my 33rd birthday. So, you know, I got haters in this world for sharing the knowledge. But we'll leave it there, truth seeker. Until next time.